What's up, everybody? You are chilling with Kenny C right here on tmvcafe.com. Hope everybody is having a good start to spring. And by the grace that we get these nice, decent weather in the coming weeks, maybe. I know living in Kentucky, it takes time. Like we don't get that weather right away. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer, but just know that winter is come and gone. So that we gotta start somewhere. But this ain't about the weather. This is about my guest at this time. She's a singer, songwriter, right here in Kentucky. Very talented. I'm super excited that she messaged me a while back saying that, hey, I got new music on the way, like really new music, and we need to have this discussion. So I said, let's do it. Plus, we haven't chat, we haven't seen each other in 5 6 years. So Regina Mickens is with me right now. How's it going?
Hey, Kenny, how's it going, man? You're looking well. You're looking real well.
You looking well yourself. Just good to have this chat with you. And before we get into this new music, and she's been on the show before, and that may have been 5 6 years ago. So my first time with meeting Regina, it was at Richmond, Kentucky. It was at I think it was Lexi Fest,
Oh
and
yeah, I played the
yeah,
Lexi
so
Fest Music Awards that
yeah,
one year.
so
That was a
yeah,
good time.
yeah, and it was at a barbecue spot. So I've met with all the performers that day, including yourself, and I still have the picture of myself and you. Now you see us smiling and everything, but what you didn't see, unless you was there in person, is that I'm trying my best to take this picture, right?
I already
And
know where we're going with this, Kenny. Don't
and
play with me.
like I guess she noticed that maybe the smile wasn't a smile per se. Like I'm this is
Nah, there was no
yeah.
smile. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. There was zero
So
smile. I said, "Oh, hold up."
it, maybe the weather kicked in or something. I don't know. So basically, she tickled me. Um, she tickled me just to make sure that the smile is where it needed to be, and I was that's a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'm like I like the smile. I just my smile's different. It's not the because I think this scares people. This, I got the vampire teeth, just
That's okay.
yeah.
You make it work for you, G.
So so that's 5 6 years ago, and now we're here with Regina here to catch up with her. And as I pointed out, she has a new record called Inclusion. So let's dive in on this project. Um, talk about how this record came to be and what made you decide to name it Inclusion.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. So first and foremost, thanks for having me on today. It's really nice to get back out here and kind of get a feel for the water again. So that's wonderful. As far as inclusion goes, I originally came up with the title when I was in the Caribbean. I wanted to create a compilation that was going to consist of various different genres that just really get my blood going. So on this 7-track EP, really, it's going to have a little bit of soca, a little bit of rock, like heavier rock, sort of like grunge style, 90s kind of stuff. We're going to have some soul, some acoustic soul, a little bit of acoustic jazz, and what I would just consider like standard acoustic rock. So, and the whole reason I really just wanted to make sure that we put something together that could be inclusive is because I do find that things have been kind of divided since, the pandemic and a lot of things like that. And as you know, Kenny, I recorded this originally with Sneak Attack Records.
Yeah.
I believe it was back in 2018. And you know, Jason Groves, he was the master and the co-producer with me on the album, and I mean, he just genuinely did an incredible job piecing things together there at the end with me. So you know, we spent, I guess it was about 3-4 weeks in the studio, just back to back to back, hitting everything. And it was one of the most moving moments of my life, just getting to see what can come from just thoughts, you know. So that was really exciting for me. But I held off on releasing it at that time because something just told me intrinsically that it wasn't time yet. So here we are, 2023, and I think it's time. I just had that feeling. So doubling that down, we are going to also be doing a new album. I don't know when we're going to release it, but we're going to get together recording on it probably in the next couple of months. I'm going to be working with Homesick Records on that, and Lazy Entertainment as well. So if you haven't checked them out, you guys should definitely check them out. Um, the new album is definitely going to be a little different for me. We're going to go a little bit harder this time. I kind of want to really delve into that whole 90s sort of grunge underbelly meets Alanis meets Nirvana, and then I want to throw in a little bit of new age sound. So kind of like her, she's one of my favorite newer artists. So I just kind of want to make a clash up of everything and just see what happens, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much all I could say about that part.
So not only you got inclusion on the way, you got a full length project after that. So
Yes, sir.
you really going in
Yeah.
with this reemergence as an artist. So I was already happy just for inclusion because when I
I
saw
thought
you
I'd keep
got
you surprised with this
yeah,
little new drop for you. I thought you'd
yeah,
like
so I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
that.
So I was already excited for inclusion. Now full length project after that, she's putting the pedal to the metal
Yeah.
on this music thing. So I'm very excited about it. So you
One
mentioned
thing I did want to mention about inclusion is that, you know, that was a real growing experience for me because it was the first time that I played every instrument in the album. So the drums, the bass, the guitars, the djembe, the keys, all the vocals, you know, harmonies, I did everything. So for me, that is like my first baby in the world. So I really hope that everybody enjoys it.
I'm very excited for it. So inclusion by Regina is on the way. And shout out to Jason Groves, who is definitely one of the absolute best producers. Sneak Attack is top notch.
Absolutely.
Um, you know, I've interviewed plenty of artists that's worked in that studio for many years, and nothing but good reviews from artists and bands that has worked with Jason. If you're an artist and you're looking to get some studio music done, you definitely go to Jason.
Mhm.
He'll get you hooked up. He got the studio in there. I've been in that studio for a friend's album release a long time ago, and just the
It's one
history.
of the best studios I've ever seen, hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just incredible.
So yeah, the Sneak Attack is the name of the studio. Jason Grooves, the producer, um, multi-nominated and award-winning, extraordinaire. So props to Jason and Sneak Attack, and again to the artists out there, go check him out. Go look him up on the social media thingies, and he'll get you where you need to be musically. So inclusion is coming. You do
Yep.
have a release, album release, EP release
Mhm.
show. Talk about that. I believe that's coming up in July.
That's correct. Yes, sir. So we're actually pairing up with Kenwick Table this time here in Lexington. We definitely want to give a shout out to Rep Mid Goodwin. He's just made everything super seamless and easy for us to make this event really come together and be something that we can all be proud of at the end of the day. So it's going to be July 14th is the Inclusion album release here in Lexington, Kentucky, from 7 to 9:30 at the Kenwick Table. And That's right off of Owsley Avenue, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, come on out, everybody. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have some nice wine, some espresso, maybe some food, and I will also be performing for at least 2 hours for you guys that night. We're also gonna have some merch and promo for sale for the Inclusion album, and we'll probably release some sneak previews of the next album created by a new company as well. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited.
So, with all this excitement that you have for this project and getting back to the music scene, uh, getting these songs patted down, and you just waiting for the right moment, for the right time to release this new music. It has to
Yeah.
be very satisfying that you've been working on this for a very long time, and now people that's been very eager to hear new material from you, and
Yeah.
now it's gonna come to fruition. So how are you feeling with these coming months that you're about to go in, and to have this celebration of this new music that you're about to put out? How are you feeling just getting to perform this new music in front of people for the first time?
Oh man, honestly, I'm tired already. No, I'm just kidding. It's 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 a real learning experience just getting to finally get to this place because I honestly never thought I would get to this place. Um, but I did know that the time was going to come for Inclusion to be released, and I just kind of had to wait on the forces of the universe to kind of guide me there. But now that we're here, I genuinely can't be more excited. I'm elated every day, waking up, just realizing, you know what, something big is about to happen. Things are going to change in a pretty vast way over the next 6 months. I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
So we gotta talk about the cover for Inclusion. So it's yourself and a Jack Russell Terrier, I believe. Uh, I
Yeah, the
am,
big old Great Dane boxer mix boy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's my Louie. He's my baby, and he was pretty much with me throughout the entire recording of the album. He'd come to the studio with me, and Jason was so good about it. Even though sometimes that big Great Dane tail would flap on the door when we were trying to record. He was a great sport, even still. And I, yeah, that's my guy. He's my best friend for real.
I
He really
I can
is.
only imagine the studio sessions, while you was recording this project, you singing your heart out, just hitting these high notes, and here come that tail, and just like, hold on, like
Pretty much,
that.
pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much
So,
how it went.
shout out to the pups, man. My family had two Jack Russell Terriers. Um, one was cool, even keel, was like a teddy bear type of dog. Like they not gonna do anything. Like they just want to be pet on the belly.
Mhm.
And I think
Right.
that was something. I wasn't much of a dog person until the dogs came to my life, and I come to embrace dogs. Um, the smaller pets. I'm a little hesitant with the big ones, but
What you scared of, Kenny?
I mean, I don't. They, I mean, the way they look at me sometimes, just I just want to pet them on the head maybe a few times and leave them alone. So I mean, they beat to their own drum, I guess you could
I'm
say.
covering Louie's ears right now so he doesn't hear you. You
Okay.
see?
Louis, I love you. Just I'm just a little, hesitant sometimes. I don't hate dogs. I'm cool with them. I like to think they're cool with me, most notably the smaller dogs. And some big dogs have embraced me a little bit, can trust me, I guess. Just know certain movements and you'll be okay, say. Uh, So I'm joined with Gina Mickens here. Inclusion is coming this summer. Be on the lookout for it. Kenwick Table is the destination for the EP release, and she's going to perform 2.5 hours, 7 to 9:30. I've been hearing a lot about Kenwick Table for the last few weeks. I have some friends that do shows there, so I don't have nothing planned on July 14th at the moment.
Well, you better come
So
on out, buddy.
yeah, I will, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna take another picture, and hopefully my smile will be a bit more satisfying to you. A bit more.
Well, don't make any promises you're not sure you can keep yet, Kenny.
I mean, I could give you a practice smile right here, right now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. This boy can smile. God, yeah.
You, I'm shy with that type of smile, though. I mean, I'm a little shy with the smiling with the teeth because
Man, you gotta
I'm
spread that joy, dude. That's that consciousness, that universal gift given to you. You gotta be happy. You
I
gotta
mean, I
show it.
wish I had your smile, and I could be more. I can embrace it a lot more. Your smile is infectious. You know, it's an infectious smile. Like when she
Thank you, thank you,
smiles,
thank you.
I want to smile. So yeah. So you mentioned some as far as this project, some influences like '90s type
Mhm,
music, grunge, rock.
mhm.
Um, People have vouched for the '90s music, and I am one of them. If anyone lived in that decade and the music that was put out for all sorts of genres, you would know that that was a really good decade of music. It was just
The
fun.
best.
It was adrenaline. It was just having a good time type of music. And so
You know,
most
there's not one person in this world that doesn't hear somebody once told me and not know what it is.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The 90s just had their own vibe completely. They were fresh, they were renewed, they were also a little filthy. Like it was just the best of all these different worlds. So that's what I'm always going to try to recapture, no matter how many years pass by.
I mean, yeah, you in a club, you hear those songs, everybody gonna go word for word. And and there's a lot of good decades of music. The '90s is pretty high.
Yeah, oh
It's
yeah.
pretty high as far as the material, the music, just the energy and the message behind it for the most part. Uh, I love the '90s. I'm an '80s baby, and I feel thankful that I grew up in that decade and just listening to this music. It was good times. It was good times. High school, middle school, just going home, watching TRL every day, watching the top 10 countdown. I
Total
was
request live, live,
total
live.
request with Carson Daly, but the top
Man,
10,
a legend.
yes. And now he's on The Voice, man. Like, man, to today's era, I feel bad for y'all because it's like today's musicians, as far as mainstream, y'all have some good music, but y'all not the '90s, okay? Y'all not y'all no. You just and just the
I mean,
music
no,
is
no hate, no shade. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna express themselves how they
yeah,
express it, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, you don't really have the same kind of healing sound that some of the
feeling.
90s music did, you know?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Sublime. I would love to go see Sublime perform in person. I've gotten to see some '90 acts perform throughout the years. I've been a very, Kentucky. I gotta hand it to the state. They keep me busy, especially since I moved back into 2015. So I'm going to all these shows, and I got introduced to local music, and the rest is history. Like everywhere I go, I run into a musician. Like, hey, how's it going? I go to a grocery store. I can go to a music show with mutual friends, and we run into each other. I vouch for local music here in Kentucky. It's a lot of good talent here, a lot of incredible artists and bands and performers and everybody and producers and just those that really want to see this scene thrive. And I'm all for it. I'm all for those that really puts their heart into it. So when I heard that you was coming back, I got very, very excited because when I saw you at LexiFest, I was already a fan. I was in awe with your voice and your performance. So like, man, one of these days Regina's gonna really do some things. And now inclusion is right around the corner in the coming months. So that's pretty much what she's got going. And then after July, she's going full throttle. And
After July, we're gonna actually probably start to do a nationwide tour. It's, we got a lot of different building blocks to hit before we get to that point. But
yeah,
right now, I think, you know, we're looking around May to start doing a music video for the single of
okay.
Inclusion. It's going to be called Memory Loss. A lot of people know it as an acoustic song, but this one is full band. And I think that once we get that music video underway and we jump on to starting the new project, we should be able to do a bunch of shows probably August and on. So that's what we're aiming for right now. Honestly, I wish I could be performing right now, but there's so many different constituents just to pull together, just to get things ready, for the release, that I'm trying to get all my eggs in that one basket first. So yeah, but yeah, we got some good things on the way for sure, and I definitely want to again give a shout out to Jason Groves, wonderful mixer master, co-producer with me on Inclusion, and Homesick Records as well for the new project we're getting ready to embark upon, and Lazy Entertainment as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to everybody that has contributed to you as far as getting back to music and now putting out original material. I'm very, very excited about it. So everybody be on the lookout for it. The release show is on July 14th. It's at Kiewit Table in Lexington. So go check that out. 7 to 9:30 p.m. And gonna have some merch. She's gonna have some, um, and she might, and she pointed out, she might give us some sneak peek on the follow up, the full length project.
If
Uh,
everybody behaves themselves, yes.
yeah, yeah. So everybody that's attending, please be on your best behavior. Regina, it is so good to reconnect with you. Um,
It's great
and
seeing you again, man. Well, we got to get together, get a couple drinks in soon.
hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you, more of you, down the road, and very excited about your new music and with this Music Monday that I'm about to go full force. Inclusion is going to be on the playlist, and I'll be very eager to do my part to help spread the word on Regina Mickens and her um, all of her Regina-ness and her infectiousness, positivity, and any other positive big word I could think of. But thank
Thank
you
you,
so
man.
much,
Thank you.
Regina. Congrats on just getting back to things, and I look forward to us seeing you in the summer. Maybe we'll cross paths before that. If not, I'll see you July 14th for the release show.
Absolutely. We're going to have a great time. Anybody that needs to check out some of my music, you can go to facebook.com and search my name Regina Mickens. I'm also going to have a new YouTube channel up. We're going to be releasing everything on iTunes, TikTok, Instagram, and Spotify. So keep your ears open and your eyes peeled. And thanks for having
Absolutely.
me on, Kenny.
Thank you, Regina. You enjoy your Tuesday. You enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks again.
You too, brother. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.